Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. The Ravens roll over the Bucs 41-31. Lamar Jackson, 17 of 22, 281, 5 touchdowns. This is his third game, if I'm not mistaken, with at least 5 touchdowns and 50 rushing yards. Derrick Henry again ran wild, 15 carries, $169. He did have a receiving touchdown. The Ravens on tonight, 30 carries, 244 rush yards. They ran the ball again. Baker Mayfield, it was those 2 turnovers that really hurt his team because he was playing extremely well early. And it seemed like when Mike Evans went out, Ocho, he started to struggle. He got it together late, but it was a little bit too late. 31 of 45, 370, 3 touchdowns, 2 INTs. He was sacked 3 times. But the story of the night was that dynamic duo from the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson and King Henry. Again, you see what they did, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
You know, your boy, I might coach. Hey, I might go into coaching, Ocho.
Hey, you said it first. What does he do best? What did he do when he was at Tennessee? How is he efficient all those years that he dominated the league, where he was considered the best running back?
Go back and look at him in Alabama.
Formation.
What was he at Alabama, Ocho? I-back. Go back and look at him at Yulee.
Yes, sir.
He has the most rushing yards in the history of high school football. Over 12,000.
Yeah.
He's an I-back. That's what he is. And they put him in the I-back, and Lamar Jackson was sensational. He was 17 of 22, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he had one drop. Ricard dropped one early in the second half. But they were sensational. And once they got a bead on Baker, once he started, they got Marlon Humphrey had 2 great interceptions. Well, the first one, I don't even know what Baker saw on that first interception, Ocho. He hit Marlon Humphrey between the 4 and the 4.
Yeah.
But that second one, Marlon baited him because he like K. Dotton. He's like, you know what? Even if you throw it to K. Dotton, I'm going to come up and tackle him before we get to the first down. So let me keep drifting. And Baker tried to look like he was looking at K. Dotton, try to throw it over the top, and Marlon made a heck of an interception. So the Baltimore Ravens, they look really good. Offensively, Ocho, they got no weakness.
Nah, not at all. And this is the problem.
Excuse me.
This is the problem when you look at the Ravens. You look at the landscape of the NFL, and you look at the teams that they're going to play, or they might have to see in the playoffs. Who's built, Chad, y'all stay with me since Unc had to take off. What teams in the NFL are built to be able to stop the Baltimore Ravens? Think about it. Who? What team is that? What team do we have? What team out there right now that has the defensive line that's stout enough to stop the run, and then has the secondary to be able to deal with Lamar Jackson? I mean, nobody. Everything I'm seeing from the Ravens right now is shocking to me. I didn't expect Derrick Henry to make this kind of impact on that offense as fast as he did this goddamn soon. So what they've done so far is scary. Obviously, some people might argue and say, the Detroit Lions might be the best offense in the league. And if Detroit is the best offense in the league, that means Baltimore is a close. If Detroit is 1A, then goddamn Baltimore has to be 1B. Because I don't see anyone being able to stop. I'm thinking coming to the game, Vita Vea in that front line, obviously the Tampa Bay front line would have success being able to stop the Ravens run. They would have some type of success. Nah, it ain't happened. It ain't happened. They did everything they wanted to do the entirety of the game, and they were able to throw the ball when he wanted to. So the Ravens look unbelievably scary. You left for a little bit. I was telling the chat, if you look at the landscape of the NFL from a defensive standpoint and perspective, what team is out there outside the other 31 teams that is built in a good way to be able to stop the Baltimore Ravens? For one, to stop the run and deal with Lamar Jackson and King Henry, let alone stop the goddamn pass.
Yeah, in order for you to stop the run, you got to be able to stop it with 7, because if you put more than 7, now you compromise your back end. Now you're asking, hey, bud, what?
Who that?
Titus.
Let me see.
He was tight man. Come here.
Jump on camera, twin.
Hey, come here. You want to get up? The floor slick. He's so we're at a new location, so he don't remember anything. He don't know anything about this place.
Right.
But Ocho, what we're talking about is that when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, in order to be able to have success against this offense, you got to be able to stop the run with 7. Because if you compromise your back end, Zay Flowers didn't play a whole lot because he got nicked, and so he really didn't play. Rashard Bateman picked up the slack, 4 catches for $121 on a touchdown. Mark Andrews, 4 for 41, 2 touchdowns. Hill had 3 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Derrick Henry caught a touchdown. And so that's what on 17 completions, he had 281 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Man, you know how
because you got to play a lot, and he's so dynamic because you got to focus on we got to keep him in the pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, now you focus on keeping him in the pocket, and you can't rush like you want to because you're so afraid of running past him, and he jumps out the window and take off
and gone. Yeah, every time.
And that's what makes it so hard. And so if they're playing like this, if they're not turning the ball, if they had that one little snafu, Lamar threw the lateral and the guy picked it up. But other than that, they played a clean game. They're 5-0 since they got off to the slow start of 0-2. And if you look at the schedule, I think they got Pittsburgh on the schedule. They got Cincinnati on the schedule. I think they got Cleveland next week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I think they got Cleveland next week, Ocho.
That's another win. Go ahead.
Yeah. But when you look at what they have on the horizon, it's going to be interesting to see how the Steelers, because the Steelers have a defense, they feel they can stop the run with their front 7 without sacrificing their back end. But it's going to be interesting. They've never had to face this Ravens team with this type of running attack led by Derrick Henry. That's what's different. Now, they've always been able to run the football, but Derrick Henry is a different kind of animal. Well, he's the same animal. He's just a different beast. So that's what they're up against. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how the Steelers deal with this. They got, I think in 3 weeks, they got Cincinnati again coming down the pike. So it's going to be very interesting. But you're going to have to be special defensively. You're going to have to be sound. You're going to have to play. You're going to have gap integrity, and you're going to have to play your responsibility.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I think about it, if they do have the Steelers coming up, the Steelers have a great front line. Obviously, Hayward. They got T.J. Watt.
They got Ojobi.
Highsmith on the other side as well. And then when you look at the secondary, Beanie Bishop is coming off a two interception game. Joey Porter Jr. is good. So to me, the threat isn't really at the receiver position. They are threats. Obviously, when it's time for Lamar to throw, as good as he's gotten as far as his pocket presence and being able to deliver the ball. But that goddamn King Henry, man.
Different, man.
Then, like you can't rush. Can T.J. Watt really rush up the field and lose the pain like he wants to? Or like everything has to change when you play the Ravens.
Yes.
On some of the things you like to do or some of the things that you're good at. So I have no idea how Mike Tomlin and that defense is going to be able to defend them. When if you can't stop the run, well, hell, Lamar now not only can he beat you with his legs, he beating you with his goddamn arm too.
Yep.
So now it's pick your poison. How you want it? You want it fast or you want it slow? Either way, he finna kill you.
Ravens got to do a better job in pass coverage. They give up a lot of yardage, Ocho. And the thing is that Mike Evans went out. He dropped a touchdown. They ended up settling for 3.
Yeah.
He tweaked that hamstring. That's the thing that concerns me about the Ravens is their pass defense.
Yeah.
I like Marlon Humphrey, but that slot guy and Stevens on the outside, you can have them. You can have your way with them, Ocho.
Right.
You can have your way with them. They do a good job of attacking the quarterback, Matagwikwe, Cal Van Oy. I think what's the other guy name? What's his name? Owe? Owie? O-W-E-H. How you pronounce that? Owe? But Kyle Van Noy has found a resurgence. He's been playing unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he provides consistent pressure. They do a great job. I mean, they do okay. I mean, I'm surprised that Tampa ran the ball as well as they did, 30 rushes for 125 yards, especially early, Ocho. They was getting some gashes early.
Some gashes, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
but
that Ravens defense is good. That front four ain't the same as the front four during our day.
No, they're good. They're not great.
Right.
Their team is built around that offense, putting pressure on you and making you one-dimensional. And we can defend. Let's defend one aspect of your team. Okay, passing game. That's what we want. We want to shut your run down because we figure we get enough ahead of you, and that's what happened to Tampa tonight. They scored 34 unanswered. Well, if I get down and get you down 34-10, I ain't got to worry about your run.
Right, you ain't got no choice.
You run the clock out, try to get back in the game. So that's the least of my concern. I'm gonna try to make you one-dimensional, and then I can tee off on that dimension. We saw late in the ball game. The Bucs lost their two top wide receivers, Mike Evans with a hamstring, and then Chris Godwin was carted off the field with his leg implying the injury was severe. Normally, when they air cast you, something is broken or something is seriously injured.
Yeah, he dislocated his ankle.
Hopefully, the MRI, the results come back negative, and it's not as serious as it appears. Bo said Godwin and the starters went back in the game because they wanted to score a touchdown on the onside kick again to tie the game. But you had already used your allotted onside kicks.
Yes, sir.
You had already used your allotted onside kicks. So what's the likelihood of them scoring? What were they going to need? They were going to need 10 points in seconds.
Yeah.
Now, if they're a 10-point touchdown, I don't know about. I mean, it's been a while since you and I both played, and they do change. They're forever changing the rules. If there's a 10-point play that we don't know about, we missed.
Nah, it's not. It's not.
Sometimes you just say, you know what? Hey, they got the best of us tonight. Let's go ahead and run the clock out.
Right.
And I get it on both sides, Ocho. You saw Derrick Henry. You and I wanted Derrick Henry to go get that 2 yards, 3 yards to get 200. But you put him out there and he gets nicked. Everybody going to say, what bonehead ass coach.
Still got him in the goddamn game.
Still got him in the game in a meaningless ball game.
Right.
Now, Todd Bowles going to get crucified. You're already down Mike Evans.
Right.
He grabbed that hamstring. Now you're down your two top receivers.
Yeah.
In a game that you had already lost. I get it. Well, we gonna play. We play from to the horn say zero.
To the whistle.
Okay. That horn gonna hit zero, and you're gonna be up behind a lot of these games if those guys don't come back.
Yeah.
Because there ain't very many teams that have two receivers. Mike Evans has 12,000 yards and 100 touchdowns. Only 6 players have ever done that with one team.
That's crazy.
I think he's one of 6 that's done it in the first 11 seasons of his career with 100 touchdowns. But not with the same team, because you got to look at Randy Moss, you got to look at Marvin Harrison, you look at T.O., you look at Jerry Rice, look at Mike Evans. I think it's about 5 or 6 guys, Ocho.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do now. You got to be very, very consistent. You have to be able to be healthy, be available. But it's hard to do. The funny thing about it is when you do it the first time and they know it's coming the next year, it's that much more difficult to continue to do on top of each other, back to back to back to back to back.
Right.
And they know you coming and you still get it done. You still get it done.
He had some years. I mean, look, he had Jameis for a couple of years, and Jameis could throw the ball, but he was just turnover prone. You can't win with Ocho. You can't throw 30 interceptions. I don't care what type of numbers you put up. He threw for 5,000 yards.
5,000 yards, yeah. That's 30 and 30 up. That 30 and 30 up. Yeah.
Yes.
He was slinging that bitch, boy.
Yeah, to both teams. That's the problem. You are absolutely right, Ocho. He was slinging it to both teams. That was the problem that he had.
Yeah.
And so I hope Mike Evans can get back soon. It seems to me that he has the least of the serious injuries between the two wideouts. Chris Godwin, it did not look good. Prayers up to Chris Godwin and his family. Hopefully, like I said, the X-rays come back negative and everything works out, but it did not look good. And Todd Bowles this is not the end of it. He's gonna have some explaining to do to the owner, the Glazier family.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance that, hey, you're neck and neck with Atlanta. Atlanta is 3-0 in the division.
Yeah. They playing some good ball now. Well, the Bucs playing some good ball too, but you have to look at the opponent they played tonight. The Bucs was David. I mean, no, actually the Bucs was Goliath. Just to stay in context with the story. And the goddamn Ravens was David.
I think the Ravens were favored. Was the Ravens favored or was the Bucs? The Ravens were favored, Ocho.
Of course. That's what I'm saying.
You can't be favored to be David.
In the story, David beat Goliath.
Yes, but Goliath was supposed to beat David. The Ravens in this situation were favored to win the game. Right, the Bucs were the underdogs at home.
Okay. My bad.
I get what you try.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry ain't gonna be David. I'm sorry, Ocho.
All right. We gonna change it up for the sake of the teams then.
Yeah.
All right.
They were the whale that swallowed Jonah. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that one.